Hello, my name is Rashad Hassan, and this is my reflection on how my writing has developed over the past 13 weeks. Throughout this course, skills like annotation, observation, implication, and application shaped the way I approached this assignment. They helped me look beyond the surface and understand what the text was actually doing. All of our assignments have helped me in the process of understanding text and writing with purpose, but a major assignment in particular truly unlocked a new level of meaning for me. That would be the art of rhetorical observation. Along with the other skills learned, the skill of being able to rhetorically observe and understand any given text beyond just its surface is important. It is one thing to simply skim over a piece, but it's another thing entirely to break it down, recognize its real purpose, genre, audience, and understand why every part is structured the way it is. This assignment taught me how to read actively rather than passively, and how to approach writing with more intention and clarity. For my chosen assignment, I analyzed a U.S. corporation income tax return, otherwise known as a Form 1120. It's a document that business administrators use to report income, deductions, taxable income, and credits to the IRS. When I first looked at this piece, I had the urge to look for another. There were lines upon lines of empty boxes and several subheadings that I was quite unfamiliar with. It seemed very technical, direct, and lacking. However, I did not give up there. I learned to break it down through close observation, and I forced myself to look at the details for what they were. How is it structured? Who is it for? How does its layout communicate to the reader? This assignment helped develop my critical and creative thinking skills. I had to do more than just simply describe the tax form. I had to do a deep dive and understand how it works as a piece of writing. This means I analyzed the genre, structure, purpose, audience, and stance of the document. I used close reading to understand what each part communicated and why it was designed that way. For example, I noticed how the bold title, U.S. Corporation Income Tax Return, and the three main sections, income, deductions, and tax credits, all communicated formality and importance. Furthermore, the signature field at the bottom of the document requires a declaration of oath from the recipient, and it affirms the strict stance of the form by reminding the recipient that fraud or evasion comes with consequences. Creativity was necessary in this assignment as it made me turn a rigid and blank government document into a written analysis, which required observation, interpretation, and clear reasoning. This assignment also helped me grow in communication, especially in how I structure my writing. I had to explain something complex in a way that is clear and understandable. The writing process of drafting, responding, rewriting, and editing helped me communicate information logically while also ensuring efficiency. Without this line of organization, it is easy to get stuck or produce low-quality work. This assignment made me more intentional with my wording, my evidence, and the way I organized my thoughts on the paper. My rhetorical observation also relates to cultural literacy. Tax forms represent a specific social and cultural system, business, government, law, and finance. Analyzing this document required awareness of who it is written for and how tone and format change depending on the audience. A governmental form that is being sent to the Internal Revenue Service must be strict, formal, and precise. Overall, this assignment helped me in seeing writing differently and from a more analytical perspective. Instead of just reading a textual piece, I slow down, observe, think critically, and communicate with accuracy. A good observation of text is where I'm able to recognize what it is, what purpose it serves, who it is for, and what purposeful structure it uses. Over the course of the semester, I have become more confident in my reading, analyzing, and writing, as opposed to the start of the semester where I was often clueless. Thank you for listening. I hope my reflection shows how far I've come over the last 13 weeks.